What's going on, everybody? It's PJ. Something just came across my newsfeed. I usually don't do videos like this, but I did one on my channel a couple of days ago. This is something different, though. There are thousands and thousands of people protesting in front of the State House as I am talking right now in Massachusetts and Boston. Go home. Be with your families. Lock yourselves inside. Stay inside. Stop going out. Stop gathering in large groups. You're going to get people sick. This isn't going to stop unless y'all stay the fuck inside. We have no sports. Wrestling is without fans. The Bruins hockey season didn't finish. There was no playoffs. There was nothing. There's no basketball. There are people dying every day because of this virus. Every day. Stop being stupid. Go home. People have grandparents that are sick, that are elderly, that even if they catch a whiff of this, they can die. But because you people want to go outside and protest and gather in groups of hundreds of thousands of people, because you feel your liberties have been taken away from you, is stupid. I believe in the Constitution. I believe what it stands for. But I also understand that when it comes time, you have to buckle down and you have to put things aside to keep people around you safe. My girlfriend cannot go to work because you assholes want to line up outside and get people sick because you have to sit in home for 2 weeks. If you have time to go sit outside and protest the Capitol while you're collecting an extra $600 on unemployment, not working while the nurses and the doctors and everybody else on the front lines has to put themselves out there and get sick, stay the fuck home. You're not helping. You're making things get worse. I want to be able to go out. I want to be able to get things back to normal, but we can't. And comment down below, I don't care. I really don't give a shit. Because this is my opinion and this is how I'm feeling. Hate on me all you want. I don't care. But the fact of the matter is that everybody who was there at these protests are being stupid. It's no different than going home to somebody who may live with grandparents and putting a gun to their head. It's no different. You're hurting your family. You're hurting your community and you're hurting everybody around you. There are people that need to be able to go to work and people like my girlfriend can't. I have friends who I love at GameStop who are working through this and they're getting sick, so people like you can go out and do stupid shit like that and make things worse. My dad works 3.5 days a week right now because of this. And he's deemed an essential business because of the fact he has contracts with the government. You're putting him at risk. We have restaurants that are open to serve us, and you're putting them at risk. We're trying to get the country back open, and this isn't helping. Just because we're plateauing with the curve right now doesn't mean it can't pick back up. Just because you may have had COVID doesn't mean you're incapable of catching it again. It's 100% possible it could happen. And on that time, The second time it happens, there's no guarantee you'll make it. You're putting yourselves and others at risk. Stay the fuck home. I don't want to hear you complain that when you go home, after standing outside and protesting and not being 6 feet away, not practicing social distancing guidelines, being right on top of each other, I don't want to hear it when you go home and say that your family members are sick. Because that is now on you. You are now responsible. Whatever happens to you or your family is on you. Especially to all the parents out there that have little kids. I'm lucky enough where I don't have children. I don't have kids. I'm in no danger to get them sick. You go home and you get an infant sick with this because you want to go out protesting that you can't go out? You're pathetic. You're an adult. Suck it up and stay the fuck home. I'm so frustrated with people and their lack of common sense to realize how these things work. Just because you stay at home for 3 weeks and then you get restless and you get boxed in doesn't mean it just stops. It's a fucking virus. It doesn't take time off. It takes time to circulate through things. And it doesn't happen overnight. So stop treating it like that. I can't go visit my family in Massachusetts when I live 15, 20 minutes away because you assholes can't stay the fuck inside. Go home. Be with your families. And go get fucking tested for COVID because now you just put yourself in... You literally put yourself in the worst possible fucking predicament. You don't go to fucking Chernobyl because you know it's infected with radiation. You don't walk there without masks. You don't walk out there with proper protection. You are literally walking into a modern day Chernobyl. With people infected that could get you sick. It's no different. You have enough common sense to stay away from there. Why lack the common sense to fucking do this? You should all be fucking ashamed of yourselves for what you're doing. Literally on Channel 5 right now, hundreds of thousands of people are out there gathering with signs. Your signs aren't going to protect you from COVID. A virus doesn't give a fuck whether or not you want to stay, whether or not you don't want to be inside. Doesn't care. It doesn't give a shit whether you want to go out and get a haircut. It doesn't give a shit whether you want to go out and eat at a restaurant. A virus is an indiscriminate killer. It doesn't matter about your race. It doesn't matter about your socioeconomic status. It doesn't give a fuck about any of that. It kills people. And you just gave it a fucking feeding ground. Which is probably going to set this whole thing back. Because I don't want to stay in my house any longer. Grow up. You're pathetic. Maintain social distancing guidelines until this passes. Don't gather in large groups of more than 10 people. And you'll get through it. Does it suck that we have to give up some of our normal daily freedoms right now? Yes. Is it it easier for somebody like me who enjoys being able to be at home and play his games, watch his TV, enjoy time with family and his girlfriend and his animals? Yes, it is easier for me. Maybe I'm a little bit of an introvert that way, but I enjoy the tranquility of my home. And I know there are people out there that don't, that are busybodies and that want to be able to go out and do things. And I understand that to an extent, but when that extent puts other people at risk, it's wrong. There are people out of work right now that can't go to work because of people like you. So whether you're laid off and you're at home and you're collecting all that extra money and just continuing this thing on because you want to be stupid, think about everybody else that you're affecting. Not just sick-wise, but living-wise. It's wrong. There are people struggling right now to make rent. Struggling. And you guys are out there with your fucking picket sign saying, I want to go out. If it were up to me, and maybe I'm in the minority opinion about this, but if it was up to me, everybody who is out there right now, you should be arrested. You should be arrested and charged with endangering the public. I know in the Constitution we have the right to an assembly, and I get that. And I think the Constitution is something that should be treasured and is sacred, and, you know, it should be upheld. But that's under the circumstance that you're not putting anybody at risk. We're at war with a virus right now. And it's winning because you people can't stay inside. You're hurting everybody. Please stop. So we can all resume our normal life. We can get back to sports. We can get back to our restaurants. We can get back to our haircuts. We can have our parties again. Trust me, when this is all over, I'm probably going to have a party. It's just me, my girlfriend, and my roommate that live together. And imagine if I was there and the possibility of being able to get the two people who I live with, who I love more than anything in this world, who I cherish more than anything is in this world, sick because I wanted to go protest because the government doesn't want me to gather outside. Think of that. You're putting your loved ones at risk. It's not helping anybody. Stop. I ranted long enough. This is PJ. I'm gonna go deal with these killer hornets, I guess. Apparently we somehow entered fucking level 5 of Jumanji. But yeah, guys, seriously, be safe. Don't be stupid. Think of your families. Think of your your grandparents. Think of the children. I'm 31. If I catch COVID, I have a 97% chance I could fight it and survive. Okay? A premature infant who's just coming home from the hospital for the first time can't. My friend Stephanie, who I love to death. I love this girl. She's one of my best friends. Her family had to deal with a case of COVID, and it was hard for her. She couldn't even go see her family while they were in the hospital. These people are by themselves while they're dealing with this. They're not allowed any visitors. This is a real thing to real people. When people die from COVID-19, they die alone. They die by themselves. They die with nobody by their bedside for fear of them infecting other people. Nobody should have to go through that. No one. I don't care whether you're my worst enemy or my best friend, and nobody should have to know that a family member or themselves could go like that by themselves in a hospital room. And while all you people are out there gathering and protesting, you're making that a bigger possibility of people having to be by themselves in their final moments. You're making it possible for friends like Stephanie, who somebody I really love, being the possibility of having to go through that again. And I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to sign off. Leave a comment down below, like, subscribe, please. I know with my Last of Us 2 video, people didn't really agree with my opinions. But whatever. Ooh. 60, I get it. I get it to an extent. But leave something down below. Guys, thank you for watching. Please be safe. Alright? Bye.